G'day. It's Bruce from the Joinery Coach doing a quick impromptu live session here today. I just got off a podcast call with an amazing client we've been working with for about 2.5 years now. His name is Louis from Luna Joinery here in Melbourne. Please check out the podcast in a week or so. You'll be really impressed just listening to Louis talk about the journey that he's been on in the last 2.5 years. And, you know, he runs a joinery business. Louis is like a lot of you, and I was as well, joinery business owner. We build cabinets. I'm a cabinet maker by trade, going back far enough. And if you're like most people who started in this industry, we started a business because we wanted something that the business was going to give us that we didn't feel we were going to get by being an employee. There's nothing wrong with being an employee, and the vast majority of people in this world are happy to be employees. And that's absolutely fantastic. If you're not one of those people, if you're one of the very few people in the world, and you know, when I say few, I mean the vast majority of the people in the world don't own businesses. The vast majority of people in this world do not go out on their own and take this enormous risk, risk of time, risk of money, risk of failure, risk of investing in something that doesn't, you know, that's a risk. Starting a business is a risk. The vast majority of people are going to go, no, you know what, I'm happy going to work, doing what I'm doing, doing what I'm told, or having some input, and then going home and not having to deal with all of that. The vast majority of people are perfectly happy to do that. They don't strive for more than that, but in their personal lives, they may do something that's really risky, but for their job, they stay as an employee. Now you are a business owner. You have decided that that's not the path for you. You've decided that the path for you is to run a business. And that's a decision on its own. That's taking charge of the direction that you want to go in life. Unfortunately, a lot of people leave it at that and then let the powers that be affect the success of their business. And unfortunately, that just doesn't work out for you. So if you started a business however many years ago, that's an intentional thing that you've done. But you are the only one that is holding you back from being successful. Now, what I mean by that is so many people that I talk to every single year, almost weekly, sometimes daily, either send me a message or we just have a general chat. And I ask, if you've been one of those people, you will know that I ask some of the first questions. I ask the same questions every time just so that I can get to know everyone really well. One of those questions is, tell me a little bit about yourself. And most times people will say, well, I'm a cabinet maker. I did an apprenticeship. And then my next question is, what have you actually learned about running a business? What technical training have you done? Most people answer nothing. So the vast majority of people, I'm talking over 95% of everybody that I talk to, have zero additional skills or training or knowledge about how to run a business. Now, if you've taken this massive risk and you've gone out into the world and you've decided that you're going to have the business give you something that being an employee wouldn't, what is it? What do you want the business to give you? You probably want to have freedom, right? Freedom to do what you want. You probably want to have the freedom to have pride in what you build. So some choices around who do you work with and what type of projects do you make and how do you run those projects? The pride in what you're doing is really important. Maybe as an employee, you're a little stifled in doing that. You probably want money, and there's nothing wrong with that. Too many people in this industry, I've overheard them say, I'll never make $1 million, or you'll never make $1 million, but you pay yourself a wage and that's okay by running a joinery business. And as soon as I hear that, my ears just stand straight up and I go, really? You're okay never making $1 million? Are you really okay with that? The answer is no. You're not okay with that. You would like to make $1 million. But what most people feel is that you're not deserving of it, or that you might think that everybody else feels that you've done something, you know, bad to own that, to earn that $1 million. And it's just not true. the vast majority of people around you that have observed you struggle in business and work really hard in business and do all this work to get to where you are now are thinking to themselves, wouldn't it be great to see him earn $1 million? That's what the people around you were thinking, whereas you're thinking, oh, they would think I'm not deserving or I'm greedy in some way because I made $1 million. So we've got to get over this hurdle that you'll never make $1 million. You will make $1 million if you do it the right way. $1 million, of course, is just a throwaway term for being successful in life and having some financial freedom. Whether it's $1 million, whether it's $2 million, whether it's 500,000, doesn't matter. The point is, it's okay to feel like you can earn some money and put some money in the bank as well as paying yourself a reasonable amount. Money's okay. It's not evil. You're not evil. You're good and you're deserving of it. What are some of the other things you wanted the business to give you? Probably some sort of a future for your family. I know for myself, I often say, gee, I love what I do because if I wanted to have coffee with my wife on Friday or Wednesday afternoon at 2:00, I can go and do that. So I have the freedom to live my life the way I want. I have the ability to live my life expansively because I've started a business, and I've made it so that my business will allow me to do that. So all these things that you want from your business are different for you and they're unique to you. But here's my question. How closer are you right now to actually achieving those things compared to where you were when you first started your business? You might be a little bit closer. Some of you might have done exceptionally well in business and you're a lot closer, or you've got them right now. And for those of you, thumbs up. I want to talk to you. I want you on my podcast. If you're one of those joinery business owners that have just nailed it, you're just doing exceptional work, and certainly there's lots of them out there, we want to talk to you. We want to hear, we want to broadcast your story. But the vast majority of people that I talk to are nowhere closer to achieving all those things that they wanted the business to give them right from the start. In fact, they're probably farther away. You're working 80 hours a week. You are no money in the bank. In fact, you might even owe the tax man some money, and you've got some payment plans in place to get caught up. So money is becoming more and more and more of an issue. Haven't seen your kids for a while. I know when I first ran my joinery business, I've got 3 kids, beautiful kids. I love my kids. But when my oldest was born, my son was born, I didn't see the first few years of his life because I was so immersed in my business. And I'll never get that back. So why have a business that you want to give you all this stuff and then miss out on all that stuff? So here's the deal, guys. I just had a podcast interview with Louie. Now, 3 years ago when I first met Louie, we were struggling with all those things, whether it's the right business, doing the right things. A lot of those things were coming up. And now 2024 is going to be just a killer year for him. So in 2.5, 3 short years, the business has completely changed. An amazing turnaround story for him, and one that we do on repeat. People that work with us get these results on repeat. Whether you get those results from us or whether you get those results some other way, my message is get those results. Find a way to get those results. Now, if you want, you can contact us and we can teach you how to do it. But don't think that you can't, because you can. Don't listen to the vast majority of the industry that is saying, all the negative things about the joinery industry, that you'll never make $1 million. You'll only just get by. If you're doing okay, that's as good as it's ever going to get. All those things we hear in some of the other groups and some of the other areas around the traps. That's what I call a mob mentality. And that's the vast majority of businesses that are just struggling or just getting by. And sometimes that type of mob mentality gets those types of people together, and then they convince themselves that this is how it is because they haven't stretched outside of their comfort zones. And occasionally you get someone leave that tribe and go, no, this isn't good enough. I want to do better. And they'll go out on their own and they will learn more things and they will do exceptionally well. And they'll look back at the other people that are going, no, this is as good as it's going to be. We'll only, just get by and we'll just struggle. They go, no, actually, I'm doing really, really well. I shouldn't have listened to that for all those years. So my message is, be like Louie. Louie reached out and he asked for help and he said, I don't know everything. And what I don't know, I want to learn. What I'm really good at, I'm happy to own, and I'm happy to talk about how great I am at the things that I'm great at, but there's lots of stuff that I'm not good at. You'll often hear me say, I willingly admit I suck at most things, but there are some things that I'm really, really good at. And myself and my team are really good at helping joinery and cabinet businesses take the levels that they need to take and learn the things that you need to learn and implement those things in your business to get the success you're looking for. So if you're looking for some help, and you should be, if you're struggling, reach out, thejourneycoach.com, book a chat. If you don't want to book a chat, that's fine too. If you want to look at a little bit more of the stuff that we do, jump onto our YouTube channel, thejourneycoach.com, YouTube, whatever that address is. I'm sure you can find it. The Journey Coach on YouTube. There's literally, there's many, many videos there of other people that we worked with. Listen to our podcast. Our podcasts are free. If you're in the hub, if you're watching this in the hub, you know that the hub is free and there's all kinds of resources, and you have the ability in the hub to ask questions and get answers. And all you need to do is ask a question. Reach out in the hub and ask a question, and myself or somebody on my team will jump in and answer it for you. So don't think that you can't, and don't think that near enough is good enough or good enough is okay. You didn't start out in business just to be okay. You started out in business to be exceptional and get exceptional things. And why wait 30 years for that maybe to happen or maybe not to happen? Let's get it happening right now. Love to hear from you. Love to have a chat with you. Love to just see if we can help. Reach out and have a chat. Hopefully we'll chat with you real soon. Have an awesome rest of the week, and yeah, hopefully your day is going well. Cheers.